and you want to shout at me, just go ahead.
I'm
I
leaving.
understand. What?
I'm leaving.
What do you mean?
Everything. Not a break. I'm leaving.
You don't have to.
I'm
You
leaving.
don't have to.
I'm leaving. You are going to listen to me. For once, you're going to listen to me, and this is why I wanted to talk to you. The moment that argument between you and Pilot started, and how you disrespected him and you disrespected me after it happened, it showed me just who exactly you are. And I understand this hurts to hear. I get that. But in no circumstance is doxing someone over a misunderstanding okay. And you're going to hate me for this. I know you're going to hate me for this. They know. They know everything.
Pilot knows?
Yes.
Wait. So you're telling me that you
Yes.
still had them followed?
Yes. Because the moment you decided to disrespect me, to lie to me, to push me aside, was the moment I switched. And honestly, I told you 1,000 times over, I didn't want this to go as far as it did. And you made the decision to keep pushing. They know.
I'm sorry.
Everyone knows. Your plan, your judgment day isn't going to happen. And I don't care what you say to me. I don't care what you threaten me with. I am prepared to take that blunt force. You want to talk bad about me? Are you sure about that? Because that's not what you told Pilot the day after the meeting.
I was just pissed.
Pissed enough to reveal sensitive information about him? Pissed enough to create this whole elaborate plan to ruin his life? I get being pissed.
I didn't plan this.
Right. You didn't. You didn't. Because you weren't the one pushing for it. You weren't the one who was constantly talking about it 24/7. You were genuinely excited for it. You told me that. That's wrong, Shane.
I just wanted all this to be over.
And it could have been over if you would have taken the loss and moved on. But now instead, you've destroyed what you've had. You've lost a partner who honestly felt cornered, who felt backed into a corner, who felt scared enough that she had to go confide in someone you hated. I was with you until halfway through, and then you showed me that I had a reason to be scared. And now I don't feel safe anymore. You want to slander me? You want to throw my name out there? That's on you. But just know...
I never did that.
You could. You very well could. Because you've shown that you've wanted to do the same to other people who've hardly done anything to you. Everyone's going to know. And I hate to tell you that. Everyone's going to know. I'm telling too.
Nothing's gonna happen. Not after tonight.
I'm telling too.
This.
I don't feel safe.
If you want me to pull this whole thing off, then I can.
I've asked you a million times before to call it off. I've asked you a million times before to stop. And did you listen to me? No. You don't listen to anyone. That night that we hung out after the meeting, I physically told you I am mentally exhausted to a point where I don't feel like being intimate with you. And what did you do? You kept pushing. So I conceded and I said yes. But did I want it? No. You didn't listen. You backed me into a corner until I felt scared enough that I didn't have a choice. That's not fair to me. That's not fair to anyone else. You want to say, Pilot...
I didn't want to force you into this.
You did. You did. You don't think you did, but you did. I said
I didn't
no
want to.
3 times that night. 3 times. And you couldn't listen. You didn't listen to me at all through our relationship. And genuinely, honestly, the only reason I fell in love with you was because I pitied you. And now look where that's left me. That's not fair to me. Have you considered
No,
that? That's not fair to me.
no.
No one in any relationship should feel so cornered, so threatened that they have to act out like this. I'm doing my best to protect myself, and removing myself from this and leaving you behind is the only option.
Just listen to me. I can pull this whole thing off. This thing doesn't have to happen.
You think that makes me forgive you?
No. But I
Exactly.
know I will. No plan. No, this plan won't be pulled off.
It's too late. I hate to tell you that, but it's too late. You've angered me, and I've told you 1,000 times
Me
over
too.
I've been in a situation like this before. And the only time I got to speak up and talk for myself was when I received lifelong mental trauma. So I'm cutting it off here because I have a voice this time. You don't control me. No one controls me.
What about the good times we had?
Good times? You mean the times I stayed up till 5 in the morning, waking up the next day, dog tired because you wanted to hang out? What about the times I had to tell my friends, sorry, I can't hang out with you tonight because someone's pestering me that they want to hang out? And what about the times you've made my friends feel uncomfortable? Do you know, after I got off that night with my VR chat daughter, she messaged me saying she felt uncomfortable. Do you know how
With
painful
me.
that is? How painful it is to sit there and watch while I know I should have said no to you coming in that night because I knew you would have done something. She,
Sorry.
well, she may not physically be a child, she is mentally a fucking child, Shane. And you sat there and you made a sexual innuendo in front of her. You suggested that we do shit in front of her after we left her behind. Do you not know how strange that sounds? How
I'm
gross that
sorry.
sounds. I will be removing everyone from the 1300 crew. And I mean everyone. Removing, blocking, I do not want to hear anything from you guys.
If that's what you want, then go ahead.
You can have a good time finding a new girlfriend. And genuinely,
Because now,
I'm glad you broke up with because at
because
least you
now,
wouldn't have to suffer through what I had to.
she didn't suffer through shit.
She would have.
I broke
She
up
would
with
have.
her to be with you.
She would
Because
have.
she never talked and never showed face reveal, and you have.
Yeah, and does anyone who lives or breathes make you fucking horny?
No.
Genuinely. I showed you kindness and I showed you compassion because I thought you were a good person. I showed you kindness and I showed you compassion and I showed you pity because you made me feel like I had to give that to you. You sat there the night I came in to that world just crying it out. And you know what that made me think? That made me think, oh shit, well, I need to do something because I just want everyone to be happy. Have you ever considered that I felt backed into a corner? Have you ever considered that I didn't want this?
I didn't
I,
want any of this to fall onto you. I didn't.
but you let it. No matter how many times I begged and how many times I asked, you let it. We could have stayed friends, Shane. We could have. You ruined that. And you know what? If, like I said, if you said it's okay that I'm gonna leave, if the moment I block all of you guys, I see anything in my DMs from random accounts, I see anything, I have the information. You don't.
No shit.
Get mad at me, yell at me, come on. Do it.
I'm not.
Sure, you're not.
Because there's one thing. If this is how you're gonna act to someone that's been with you for 2 fucking weeks, then so be it.
Compared to
Now
my
this,
boyfriend, I've had, 8 years. I don't act like this unless I feel like I have to. I can be nice, Shane. I can play nice. But you have to earn that respect and that trust. And the moment you snapped at Pilot, the moment you drug me into something I didn't want to be a part of, the moment you sent me to spy on him, that's when you violated that trust.
you agreed to that.
Agreed? I agreed. Yes, of course I agreed because I felt scared. I felt terrified. Because you're gloating about how you know how to dox people, about how you know how to hack people. If I
I
go
don't
and
even
I
know
def-
how to do shit. I don't even have a PC.
So you're telling me, in my instance, if someone was gloating that they know how, whether it's true or not, that they know how to dox and they know how to hack people, or they have friends that they know how to hack people, would you want to defy that person? Would you?
I don't think so.
Exactly. Exactly. That is how I felt the entire time, Shane. But I couldn't say anything because I was too petrified that you'd fuck up my life too.
Oh, you wanna know something?
Go ahead.
It's fucking over between you and me. It's fucking over.
Well, we have our conclusion. His empire will fall and his cities will crumble. Everything will be released.